Hello, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I hope you are well on this Monday, and this is the somewhat delayed Rome 2 campaign, the House of Julia. Now, I just wanted to apologise for the fact it is delayed, and basically... Oh, trespassing. Oh, okay. And just let you know the reason why. Some friends were around yesterday, and we went out and we played golf and we played snooker, and it was a fantastic day, and I managed to tire myself out, which was great, and then slept really well last night. No drug assisted requirements, and kind of woke up a lot later than I'd kind of planned, because I planned to sort of get up at about, 8-9 o'clock, something like that, and record the first episode of Rome 2. For you guys, not the first episode, but the first of the videos that I would record over the course of the day. So yours truly decided to, snooze it and all the rest of it, and I was epically snoozing, which was a good thing, I have to say. For those of you who have been following Twitter and other issues and all the rest of it, you know what the problem is. And then all of a sudden I noticed it was coming up to about 11 o'clock. I was like, okay. So I definitely slept well, but perhaps a little too well. So, as a result, things are a little behind schedule. Now he's hiding, waiting for that fella, the Averni. Now how big is that Averni army? It's a full stacker. Okay, so if we...
I will do anything.
Oh, no, okay, maybe we won't. So it's literally just him.
At your command.
And that War Maiden worries me. So... yeah, they're in ambush stance. So, what we need to do...
ready for orders.
...is, I think... bring round... something just to make it a little bit... more likely that I'll win. If you know what I'm saying.
My sword is yours.
I'm happy for you. Let's bring him up here,
As you command.
and maybe we can deal with this War Maiden young lady. I wonder what kind of damage. Assassination, 5%, 13, 437. Let's try and slaughter.
I will see it done by any means. I am winged victory.
Good. Wounded him.
I will.
That's good. He has also increased in rank. So that actually turned out better than I suspected, which is good. Valor. Okay. Unity. What's he got at the moment? So he's got Brute Force, and he's got Paragon. This increases his sheer level of force.
How can I serve Rome?
And let's bring him back. No. Okay. No, he can't go anywhere.
No, and no again.
No, no, thrice no. So we're going to leave those guys there.
I will do anything for Rome.
And there's Marcellus, Tiberius Aruntius. Aruntius or Aruntius? Not sure. I'm not schooled in Latin, so I couldn't tell you for certain. Now there's Bibract. Oh god, that's going to be funny. And Nemossus as well. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. Now he has no more movement left on him. So we will try and get him back into this army at some point. But these guys are staying in ambush mode. Now, let's have a look at the general map situation. So you can see here that the Athenians are starting to get very, very itchy and could potentially become a threat. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going up against the German Confederation as of yet, but I am continuing to work this area here. These guys I'm at peace with and non-aggression pact, so there's no reason for me to do anything about that until such times as they decide to get a little expansionist, in which case we'll just crush them all and take Africa and push down towards Libya and maybe down towards Egypt. And then if need be we can come in and take Greece from the other direction. They'd like that. Sorry, Greece. So what we're going to try and do is make our way up through here and use the Averni as our route to get up. You can see the trouble is the German Confederation is there. So we're going to be trying to get Celtica, Aquitania, and those areas. And then we're going up against the German Confederation. But we'll have to wait and see. We've got to watch the Greeks. The Greeks are very expansionist, very aggressive, and it could cause us a problem. But we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, you know, this is all part of the fun. So, I mean, you know, we've got the centre of the Mediterranean locked down, really, with the exception of Greece and Sparta. But if they start getting too much, then I'm sorry, we're going in and we're taking that. But at the moment, we'll have to wait and see what happens. See, we've still got olive oil, and we've got, there's our patrician, and we've got wine as well. There's glassware over there as well. And obviously we've got wood down here as well. Haha, boom, boom. And other stuff so like that. So, you know, looking from a strategic point of view, we are in a relatively strong-ish position. It's just that little section there that could be a problem, because that gives the ability for the Germans to move into the Mediterranean with their boats. So, but it doesn't help them that we've got this guy here on the edge by the German Confederation, ready to take those out if anybody decides to go boating. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, let us find out what we can do with some Diplo. Right, who hates us? Pretty much everybody. We're already trading with him. So the German Confederation are unfriendly. Let's see.
I welcome you, worthy speaker. I listen because your people are known to have honor.
Right. I don't want to break a trade agreement. I want to make a trade agreement. There we go. No.
I do not think our people...
Yeah, okay. That's not exactly unexpected. See, these guys are neutral. I mean, I've pretty much got trade with everybody that I can trade with who has an ability to actually have a trade route. So, you know, it's not too bad. And you can see trade is about half of the, about, well, 50% of the total number of taxes. So we're glad we got a small slave population, even though it does seem to be going up by 107. The army upkeep is the really expensive thing right now. So, lowest public order per turn, that's Provincia. And Let's see. So Massilia, as you can see, stuff all being built. What in heaven's name is this? Aqueduct. Latrines. See, they're pretty happy anyway. Water tank. Public order per turn. Sanitation. Okay. All fountains. They're lovely. Latrines. 4 growth. Yeah, let's go for them. So we're going for some bogs. Greek bogs, essentially, is the way we're going. Now, Tolosa, which is over here, does have an army in it. Oh, that's good. Which means this little fella here will have to go into force march. And will make his way over to there. Now, he's going to support this guy. So let's put him up there.
Is that all?
No, let's put him there.
Advance.
There we go. So we'll take him out of that next time, but there's a possibility they might get ambushed. But if they do, they're supported by those guys. Now that means then that this area here is subject to... Well, it has no defense, which is the problem. So, what I think I might do is get this fleet over here. And use them to sort of block off that area. There we go. Leave them there. Yes, you do that, men. Are they doubling time? Yes, they are. And put them in none stance. Okay. So it means that they can go in and deal with any issues that come through the mountains here. Meanwhile, we can push up with both of these armies once these guys are taken out of the nasty
at your command
position, and then we can deal with these guys. Okay.
My sword is yours.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so let's see what happens, because we're going to need to end turn any second. Is there anything I haven't covered? No, we're researching, and the technology we're researching is the fired brick, which is a good improvement as far as I'm concerned. Right, Corrales. See, they got manipular barracks. What do the cohort barracks build? Cohorts, probably. Let's have a look. Legion barracks, auxiliary barracks. Okay. Okay. So I'll have to wait and see what happens with that at the moment. We've still got the option to build additional things in Corrales, so we could... Suburbia. Interesting. See, we've got these guys here. First cohort and Praetorians, that's what? Oh yes. But also, we've got the ability to build more stuff here. We don't really want a workshop at the moment, to be honest. I'd say that's a little bit unnecessary for us. That would be nice to basically have veteran legionaries, first cohort and Praetorians being able to be recruited in the centre of the Mediterranean away from Rome, giving me, obviously, you know, a bit of distance and start to sort of, you know, give me a recruiting area in that sort of position. Let's see. See, yeah. So if we go to here, do legionaries, and then we'll worry about the rest of it later. So another recruitment area. And then what I'll also want to do is probably have this area down here, Tingis. Am I in a position to actually do anything? See, I've got the field of Mars. I could build another field of Mars so that I can train on an auxiliary camp and a manipular barracks, which might be a helpful thing to have there. That might be something to work on. And then Tingis or Gayadra. No, that's smaller. What about Chadtopia? Chadtopia might be a better option, but they've already got an engineer's workshop and a manipular barracks, and they've got no other space to build anything else. So I think... Oh, hello. Nice little formation of gentlemen here. Oh, look at all these guys. Heavy Roman onagers. God, what a beautiful army that is. And they are basically defending the tip of Spain. But I think Tingis might be a suitable option to put in a second field of Mars. And see, training field, range, combat post. So you can get Basilica Equestris. Wow. Lots of stuff. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But we don't have the money for it at the moment. And I think that a end turn is required. Ah, how is the fine town of Ars? It seems to be fine.
It is an honor to serve Rome.
Yes, I should think so too. Okay, so this is the forefront, the spearhead of the Roman offensive.
For battle.
So we've got one guy in ambush mode there, and another guy who's just basically run into there very quickly. So let's see how we get on. Okay. They're up to something in Bibract. They're always up to something over there. Seleucids are doing something. The German Confederation have decided to... Oh! My boy has been poisoned. Oh dear. Okay. So where's that guy who's been promoted? Let's see. Here we go. So he's got a dignitary and anti-corruption. There we go. So, pleased with that. Okay.
At your command.
And those guys are fine. Now, Escape to slow and painful death. Ow.
Ready for battle.
That's my boy over there, wasn't it?
We hunger for battle.
So let's take them first. Where's the no stance? There we go. So they're in now, no stance.
Ready for orders. We hunger for battle.
And these guys are going to
On the move.
sit there.
Ready for orders.
So let's see. Can we get
We
them a little bit
hunger
further
for
up?
battle.
Yes, we can.
Make haste, men.
And then this little fella here,
Ready for orders.
who has no ability to move at all. So we'll take him out of that stance. And then we'll sit him
At
there.
once.
Now, we may be able to change his stance back again.
Concealed from view.
There we go.
Commander.
Can we do anything with this guy? No, we can't. So we've got a good army
Ready
here
for battle.
and an ability to ambush, which is nice. I'm happy with that. Those are two quite strong armies under the circumstances. So, let's see. What I'm thinking now...
Disembarking.
Come on, disembark then, you fools.
Returning to land.
Spanners. Come on, you lot.
Going ashore.
Oh, fine, screw you guys. Okay. So, let's have a look at our construction report. A shield maker over here, which is nice. Now, ooh, look at this. Docks. And can upgrade Brigantium into something else, which is nice. Ooh, look at that. So there's Tarraco, which is turning into a huge, huge port. Okay. Level 3 armor. Yeah, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. Now, can we upgrade
Commander.
any of these guys? Not yet. It's because we haven't built the actual armory yet, so that's
At your
fine.
command.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
So these two guys
Ready for we orders. Hunger for
are
battle.
waiting to support themselves. Or waiting. Sorry, not waiting to support them. What the hell am I talking about? They are waiting. And increased in rank, patrician. So, has he increased in rank again? No, I've taken care of that. That's good. Okay. Let's check our monetary situation. So, yeah, we're still going to have reasonable income next turn. And we've got to get some more spots before we become an impressive Imperium, which is fair enough. Don't want to become too impressive too quickly, do you? So, over here. The thing is, what I don't want to do is move all the way up to Bibracte, because Bibracte is an enemy provincial capital, and then find myself closed in from behind. So what I'm wondering is maybe I should go for Nemossus. There's Lemonium, Burdigala in the corner, and Burdigala is a provincial capital. Now it could be that I need to get an army in there, back into Tolosa, to cover that line, because it could mean that the Pictones could just walk straight in there. And let's see, Tolosa only has 7. Yeah, look at that, it doesn't have a huge amount. But, you know, I mean, you know, 2 sets of legionaries and a few plebs might be helpful, but we need to look at the possibility that the Pictones, once we start making aggressive movements in that direction, that they will then start to make expansionist plans in the direction of ourselves. So The entrance into... Stop doing that, camera. The entrance in there is in through here. And then the mosses. See, that's there. But Nemossus, Burdigala and Lemonium are separate areas. So I'm thinking that maybe I need to focus on Nemossus first.
Ready for battle.
Now, these guys have no doodahs like that. So what I'm going to have to do is bring them out of the stance for the next turn, and then we shall push these guys up. There we go.
At your command.
And we shall go and deal with Nemossus, because it is a minor settlement. Now, after we've done that, the question is, where do we move next? Let's have a look. Nemossus. Yeah, that's still the Averni. So we'll move over to Bibract and take Bibract as well with these two armies. And then we can start putting pressure on the Pictones down by Burdigala. Or maybe even sort of move up here and start taking their key areas. But we still got to watch for these guys, because they pretty much don't like us. So let me just double check that. German Confederation. Oh, massive hate. Look at that. Trespasses against the Pictones. War with the Averni. Agent actions against the Averni. Military actions against the Averni. Cultural aversions. They pretty much don't like us massively. So a big fat who cares, because we're going to put them all to the sword anyway. Because we're nice like that. Yes. All part of Roman efficiency. So, Bibract is the next plan. Sorry, Nemossus is the next plan. Duh. So there's Nemossus there. So,
Ready for battle.
we're not going to move anybody until the next round, when they've all got full movement abilities and we can get both armies into the same location, ready to go. But it's going to have to be that army that leads the way, because it's got the ballistas, and it's going to be that army following up as the second part of that. Let's end turn, shall we? See what fortune favours us, or not. As you guys know, my track record on this game is not exactly great. The Averni are up to something. I think they tried to halt one of the armies using an agent. I think what I'm going to have to do is start recruiting multiple agents in that area and just use them to push ahead. Here we go.
Salve! How can I help?
Oh, Marcellus is back. Good lad. Kill him, please. We're going to slaughter him. Hello, sunshine. Oh, give me a break. Tiberius, what is wrong with you, man? Jesus. About effective as a wet tea towel. God in heaven. Recruit an agent. I'll have that go.
How may I serve you?
You, madam, may go over here and deal with this tosser.
Treading softly.
And we shall recruit another agent. Actually, we'll have that one because she's in red.
How may I serve you?
Here we go. And she can also make her way up there.
Is blocked.
Yes, I know the path's blocked, woman. God's
How
sake.
can I be of assistance?
Right. So, these guys
We
currently
hunger for battle.
poisoned and ouch.
At your command.
These guys are not. But
March.
we're going to keep them out of the way for the moment.
Ready for orders.
This little tosser needs to have a dagger in his neck, but you know, can't have it, you're all your own way. So, let's see what's around the other side. You know what, I could use this section here of boaty goodness to go all the way around the side of Spain, up the side of Portugal. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that indeed.
It is an honor to serve Rome.
I should bloody well hope so.
Sound the drums.
Double time, boys. Come on, you can paddle faster than that, surely. No? Okay. So they're going to paddle around here, and then paddle all the way up there, and then paddle all the way up here, and paddle around to here. And then we can basically deal with Burdigala. Now, Aracelium could probably do with upgrading. Yeah, that will increase growth, which is a good thing. Let's do that. Happiness is good, and they've got marble there as well, so they're happy as pigs in poo. So, how many armies do we have? 7 of 8 armies. So we could conceivably... No, we don't have the money for it at the moment. We'll wait. We'll wait on that one for the moment. But that's where we'll recruit them from. And then we can use them to lock down this area while we deal with Nemesis. That's this top spot. So,
What do you wish of me?
I wish you to go
As
there.
you command.
And you, madam, I wish you to go here. Let us end the turn. Ah, Athens, what are you up to? Epidamnos. That's up the coast, isn't it? Interesting. Okay. So, as you can see, the latrines and gigantium irrigation ditches have been built. Hidden agent has been exposed. Where's my hidden exposed agent? Oh, there we go. So, let's see.
My skills are yours.
I should blooming well hope so.
Commander. Ready for battle.
Doesn't help that my champion basically went up there and just got
How may I serve
stabbed by a little girl, which is not ideal. Assassination. No, we'll leave it for the moment.
you? What do you wish of me?
But what we will do...
What do you wish
Yep,
of me?
yep, they'll move on the next turn, so that's fine.
Ready for orders. We hunger for battle. At once. March.
So he... can... sit in ambush mode.
Surprise will be our advantage. Ready for orders.
Let's have him in ambush as well.
Concealed from view. At your command.
So that should be a nasty pair. But I want to kind of get some of these numbers back up again, if I can, before, and deal with this guy before such times as I make a move into Nemossus. Because all he's going to do is basically just dog my every foot and try and stop the armies and all that kind of stuff. And so if I can actually get my 2 spies in
How
that
can
general
I be of
area,
assistance? At your service. How may I serve you?
that will be helpful.
I serve only Rome.
Let's see. Manipulation. 5%, 1%. 5%, 5%, 5%. This is the problem, is that, you know, you got no way of getting your agent up as far as I'm aware. I can get him to do, but the thing is there's no armies for her to practice on, so to speak, to get her skills up, so that we can then go in and assassinate, what's his face here? Vino, or Vipo. Makes him sound like a washing detergent, doesn't it?
Ready for battle.
These guys are still affected. Maximilius Niger
At your command.
and Artilius Longinus, or Longinus, sorry. So, let's see.
How may I serve you?
She's going to make her way up there as well.
Swift and silent. A shadow
There we go.
among shadows.
Let's see what options she has for assassination. 3%, 5%, 1%. Yes, well done.
My skills are yours.
Don't have any skills yet. We need to deal with this thing here. Maybe our champion will return at some point. So, let us see how our provinces look. Provincia imports food. Let's see, Villa. Okay. Put a villa in there. Okay. Increases the research rate. +5 wealth. Food. No? Okay. Let's have a Shrine of Jupiter in there as well. War doggies! Equites. Gladiator School. How lovely. So yeah, that's not looking too bad, I'll say. Athens like us. Wow. German Confederation, hardly a shock.
Commander,
Yeah, he's got no movement available.
ready for battle.
How can I be of assistance?
Okay,
At your service.
so let's wait and see what happens here.
Commander,
Got to get those numbers back up if we can, especially for these boys here. Let's end the turn. Ah, boaty goodness. Chuff chuff, etc. More kind of a hoy sailor, really. But, you know, you get the general gist. Oh, God, it's a bloody war maiden. Ugh. You know what, I'm just going to have to go in there and slaughter all of them. Because they're really starting to annoy me with the war maidens and the spies and the... I mean, you know, you guys have seen how ridiculous it gets sometimes with the NPCs and with the AI. I mean, I remember Empire, where it was like I was trying to take over Canada and France, that sort of area, and I was trying to convert the populace with people, and then next thing you know, the France AI sends like 10
I will do anything for Rome.
flipping 10 flipping things in to try and stop us. And it's just like, really?
Salve. How can I help?
Wow.
As you command.
So, encourage populace. Where are they encouraged? Excellent, Massilia. That's excellent news. So if we look at Massilia here, you can see they're at like 30 and it's going up by 13 regularly, and you know, we've all got plenty of stuff and all kind of funky shit in there as well. So that's good news as far as we're concerned. Now,
How may I serve?
where's the other spy gone? The other spy seems to have buggered off. So,
My sword is yours.
assassination. Chance to slaughter,
I will
15%.
end.
Oh, he's wounded
Just a
again.
wound, nothing more.
God damn it, I do wish he'd stop
How
being
can I
wounded.
be of assistance?
2%. Oh, let's give it a go.
I will end this at once.
Opportune failure.
How may I serve you?
Assassination. Concealed blood.
Their life.
Enemy wounded. Thank the bloody Lord. Oh, good
At your
girl.
service.
Well done. Fantastic job. Let's give them that.
How may I serve you?
You can serve me by doing your flipping
How
job.
can I be of assistance?
So,
I serve
we
only
hunger for
Rome.
battle. Ready for battle. At your command.
okay. Let's get him out of that stance.
Ready for orders. We hunger for battle.
Make haste, men.
Get them out of that stance as well.
On the move. We hunger for battle. At once. Ready for battle. On the move.
Right, how much movement have they got left? Not
At
much.
your command.
And they're now in enemy territory, which is a dangerous situation.
My skills are yours.
Yeah,
How
but
can
they've
I
got
be
no
of
movement left now.
assistance?
My flipping champion has been wounded again. Stubbed his toe on something,
Commander.
probably. So it's these guys who are going to be the important
Advance.
ones.
Ready for battle. At once.
Yeah, he can reinforce these guys.
Commander,
So that's fine. And you can now see that we're starting to move up on Nimoth up here. So we're going to move through the woods here and then go, ha! So that's generally the plan. And then we'll move the spies up as well. I'll move one spy over here just to make sure that the bibrat annoying persons don't come round. And then send one spy over here to sniff out Nemesis before we actually go there. But that's pretty much it for this week's Rome. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Not so many battles, unfortunately, mostly campaign work. But moving slowly into Europe. And some of these names seem strangely familiar. Don't know why. Anyway, we'll see you next time, boys and girls. Take care. Bye-bye.